Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Thursday, May 29th, 2025. For those of you who are seeing this image and thinking, oh no, another icky sweet deck, you should see some more of my videos to know that these are not the norm for me, but as I said, I am reading at the Humane Society for a fundraiser this weekend, assuming it doesn't rain like today. You may even be able to hear the pounding rain today, but I'll be reading for a fundraiser, and so I'm trying to refamiliarize myself with all of my animal decks to decide exactly. I'm only going to take a few decks, and I want to decide exactly which ones I'm taking. For those of you who don't know, this is a deck from 2014, although it's more recent to me. It's called the Rabbit Tarot. It's new to me, actually, a couple weeks ago. And it is designed by Nakisha VanderHoeven. And I think it is icky sweet. It's adorable. It's sweet, but not icky sweet. It's adorable. It's the Rabbit Tarot. And you see the size of this. I usually like large cards. Oh, and you see my old hands too. I usually like large cards, but the larger version had borders, and I usually like borders, but in this deck, I liked no borders. And one of the fabulous things she has available is that she has an oracle deck that matches in the same size as her regular decks. So this is one of the few where I got both the deck and the matching oracle. Ironically, my other rabbit deck also has that. That came as one package. These were two separate. So this is a small deck, and which I think is fitting for example, if I take the Grimalkin Cat deck, this is the size of those cards. So I think it's fitting that the bunny deck be smaller, even though there are some large rabbits, of course. And because it's a small deck, that means that I can do the spread that I like, that was created by Marilyn from Tarot Clarity, because that works very well with smaller cards. She has a particular affection for historical cards, which tend to be a little smaller. Not always, but a lot of them are. And so that I can do her deck, which is her spread, which is 3 by 3, and then you do a quint row by adding up the numbers, and then you get a final card as a final outcome. And these are the reversible backs. Now you see the black border on this. On the larger version, there is the black border also. It's a general reading for today. This spread does not assign positions or questions to positions. So I'm going to see if I can fit these in here. Auspicious start, the devil. Devil, the Emperor, the 10 of Carrots, that's a dark row. The 7 of Wands, the King of Carrots, carrots are swords, and the Moon, and then, am I going to get it all in here? Here, I can still move these up a little bit. I have a limited amount of space that I can go in my layout area. The Sun, the 10 of Wands, and the Star. Well, at least there's a little hope in there. And now I'm going to pause and do the addition for the quint row, and I'll come back, and I'll do that before I start. Okay, so I've come back now doing the addition for the quint row. Again, this spread was developed by Marilyn of Tarot Clarity. I highly recommend her channel. And the way you find these cards is to add the numbers here. So 15 and 10 is 25, plus 4 is 29, 2 plus 9 is 11, the Justice card. And the only thing that, if you're going to try to spread yourself, just remember the court cards, the kings, you don't add them because they're 10. And so so the court cards just don't get added in. So then the moon, 18, and 7, 14, 15, yeah, 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. I was right. And then 19 plus 10 is 29, plus 17 is 36. Okay, it was at this point that I realized I had made an addition error in this row. I used to do accounting, but here's the thing. I didn't do that in my head. So I've been trying to do this in my head. I've come out with the same 2 different answers multiple times. So 10 plus 17 is 27, plus 19 is, oh, plus 19 is 46. 4 plus 6 is 10. So I'm going to try to make usable the portions that I had before. So through part of this, you'll see my previous addition error with the Hermit here. But 10, the correct one, is the Wheel of Fortune. And that changes the outcome too. So I'll just, I'll use most of this row, you'll see with the Hermit here, and now. And then there will be a final card, which you get by adding just the quint row. But first, we're just going to take a pause now and look at the entire spread. So here, carrots are swords, wands are wands, the majors are the majors. We have tulips are cups, daisies are pentacles. We don't have any of those in this spread. So if this is a daily reading, this is a day where emotions and material issues are not going to really come into things very much unless they're brought in by the majors. Our focus today is mostly on swords, which is air, thoughts, conversations, and wands, creativity and activity. So we have at the center the King of Swords. So again, this is telling us that this is about, today our issues are going to be about ideas, conversations, mastery of ideas and conversations. He appears to have a little teeny tiny world in his hand. So he is the King of Swords is, in a way, it's very interesting that he's right next to the Emperor, because I often feel that they're rather closely aligned in that, notice he has a lot of swords here, that the Emperor can be very much about tough love or ruling by the rule of law, not the heart of law, a kind of paternalistic ruling. The King of Swords, to me, probably of all of the kings, is the most like the Emperor in that respect. He, again, is interested in cutting through things, getting to the essence of issues. but again, it's more cerebral. So here in this row, let's just go along the row. This row is concerned with justice. We have the devil, who is clearly manipulating people. I just love that card. I love marionettes anyway, but the devil is just playing with you. These are all us today. They're all us every day, arguably. So, and then you have their shadow selves. So that you have the things that, directly you can say, oh, that's the devil working in me. That's my obsession. That's my lust. That's the thing that I'm just can't get my mind off of that I really need to. That's the person that just excites me so much. I can't stop thinking about them. I'm in a cold sweat at night. And yet that person isn't interested in me at all. And that, so it's yourself being manipulated and your shadow self. But again, now what we don't see in this depiction of the devil is that you do have the choice to break free. And I would say in this case, in this representation, this devil is you. You have the choice to drop these things. Because, if you've seen a marionette once it's dropped, that's it. And it can become tangled and then be quite a while. So you also want to think about the tangle that the devil is getting you into. The emperor has his back turned on that. The emperor he is concerned with creativity. He is concerned with cutting through things, seeing, you've got this big eye here. He has a big eye on you, where he's interested in seeing you very clearly, seeing things for what they are. And he is facing this issue, which is the 10 of Swords, which is a death of sorts. It is, look at this, clearly this bunny is still alive, but looking so forlorn. So it's a big loss. And it's, yes, those carrots could be picked up again, but now they're going to be dirty. And they look wilted. So it's, whatever it is, it's not going to be as nourishing as it was. And so you have to think about, is that worth picking up again? Or is it something that just needs to be left behind? And here we have the quint card for this is justice, reminding us that justice is blind. And not all things are equal. So we need to go back to here and think about, which of these are we listening to? These are two major currents in our life. And which of these do you want to listen to? This one probably involves a little more emotion, probably more material things. This one is more interested in creativity, life of the mind, thought. So which of these is going to be worth more? And this is telling us that the life of the mind is going through a major change, a major loss. You may have had to reevaluate some opinions that you've had. You may have had a conversation that left you really devastated. So justice here, just reminding you, all things are not equal. The second row, the king, our central character today, is looking at the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about conflict. It is about direct conflict, where you're having a head-to-head with someone who is capable, equally capable with you, equally strong, whether it's physically, creatively as strong as you are. And he is telling you to look at the bigger picture. Think about the world. Don't get caught up in the minutiae of this. Use your sword-like mentality to cut through a lot of what's going on here. And remember that you can This is a battle you can win. It's going to be hard, but you can win it. Just like this battle is going to be hard. But that is something you can overcome. This is internal and external battles going on here. He has his back to the moon. So the moon is about your intuition, your kind of gut feelings. I think he's kind of saying, again, just like we're not paying attention to our emotions and the material aspects of the situation, he's saying, don't pay too much attention to this today. This internal, intuitive feelings, they can be misled by things like this. If you have a devastating conversation, your intuition is off all day. I know for me it is. If you have a great loss, it kind of throws off your intuition. So he's telling you, you can win this battle, and the Chariot is also telling you, you can win this battle. Interestingly, he is driving towards this king, driving a little bit towards the past. The goats here driving the chariot seem to be in conference, but he's looking directly ahead at us. This bunny is saying, yes, you can do this. Just drive ahead, forge ahead with, again, the way to win this is to forge ahead. Put your focus on the things that you can win and forge ahead with them. The Sun is one of the happiest cards in the entire deck. The Sun is about brightness and joy, ironically paired with a difficult card here, which is feeling overburdened. So this may be the reality of this situation, and maybe part of it is this overburdening of chores, of things that have to be done on a daily basis. A lot of us know what that's like. We have this overriding optimism and hope that will help us get through with these. It will help us deal with these. And we always have to remember, we don't always have to do these alone. You don't have to pick up every stick on your own. There may be other people who are willing to help. And this Sun gives us hope. Hope also will help us deal with this, knowing that no particular situation lasts forever, and that we can just, would you like to wish on a star? You can keep those wishes alive, and maybe I'll put that music under this video. Keep those wishes. They will help you get through the difficult times. And again, this joy and optimism also can help you get through. But all of these together adding up to the Wheel of Fortune, which doesn't change the meaning of these. We still have this, sunniness and optimism and hopefulness and, twinkling hope of the star and the burdens here. But then what we have is the culmination of that is the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of saying, life has its ups and downs. So this may not be the best day, but life has its ups and downs. And so guess what this card is? The final card is actually then also the Wheel of Fortune. And so our major lesson today, amidst the trials and amidst the needing to forge ahead is, I guess, forge ahead anyway, because there will always be burdens. There will always be antagonisms. There will always be temptations. But go ahead and forge ahead, because life will always have its ups and downs. And I'm going to add an oracle card. And as I said, this is a deck that I got the oracle cards that match. And do couple little shuffles here with the Oracle card. I was hoping I might get a jumper, but I don't think that's going to happen. That one popped. That one popped. So rain is our Oracle card. So rain is find shelter. So, I mean, this fits with this in terms of, you know, you do have some difficulties and yet you retain your optimism and your hope. Even amidst losses, try to find balance, move forward as you can, find shelter, because life is always going to have its ups and downs. So find shelter where you can. This is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Thursday, May 30th, 2025 with the Rabbit Tarot and the Rabbit Oracle by Nakisha VanderHoeven. So have a patient and strong and masterful day. Thank you.